So, welcome myself to your second quarter of your year. Yeah, for this year, at least. Next year, hopefully, we can divide it into four instead. So it's like quarter one, two, three, four. This is supposed to be for June. It's now July 30th. That's the time of this recording, and this is just to give an update to your 2026 goals for today. So 20 finished artworks, 2 songs, learned from guitar, and 6 books read. So as of today, July 30, I have finished three three artworks. That's three. That's three. That's three more, right? And I still have at least. Honestly, a lot of this are work in progress. I have a lot of work in progress, but we have completed 3 out of 20. Next is two learned songs from guitar, and we haven't started yet. So hopefully by like August 1st, in 2 days, we're gonna start guitar. Okay, and for the books, we finally finished The Night Diary. I also finished Tyler Johnson Was Here, and finally Atomic Habits. I don't remember the 3 books that I put in a video, and I don't want to watch it again. So I'm just gonna pick whatever is in my arsenal. Arsenal. Okay. And in that span of time, I bought uh 3 more books. This is not the official version. I got it for cheap because the original is like too expensive. Okay. I think I'm still planning to buy the original, and I'm just gonna give this to someone else. And then I bought this graphic design for everyone by Kath Cadwell because I really want to learn graphic design. Um, oh wait, so we're just in the territory of what I know, what's the now and what are my future plans. Okay, so I also bought this. This is Manga in Theory and Practice by Hirohiko Araki, the um, the man behind um, their series that I love. And the more I watch it, the more I realize it's such bullshit. The bullshit theory in JoJo's is astonishing, bizarre, even. Mm, Um, I recommend I recommended my boyfriend to watch the show, and he went through it quick, so quick that I'm like, did you really watch it? Like, if I ask you who's this character, can you honestly name me those characters? And I don't even know. So he watched all of it. I think he finished part 5, Golden Wind, like yesterday, and I let him watch all throughout most of the episodes alone. Some episodes I like told him to wait for me so I can see like his reaction. Most of the time it's like he's screaming like, why is Jotaro not using his um Zawado time stop ability, and I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you for the plot because Araki. Okay, and I told him we gotta watch Stone Ocean together because that's personally my favorite part and my favorite JoJo. Okay, so yeah. Um, Speaking of JoJo, I can't wait for that series. What do you? I watched the new part. It's like almost an hour long. The JoJo the seventh part. What's it called? It's something to do with ano gyrocephalus balls. The title. What is it called? The the race. Steel Ball Run. There we go. Okay, where we uncover the mystery of his balls. And then okay, so let's go back into our goals. Okay, so let's first talk about the Night Diary that I finished like a long time ago. I've been reading that book on and off for 3 years, and finally this year I managed to complete it. And first of all, with all of these books that I've read so far, it's if you're going to ask me why didn't you read it all throughout? Why did it take you 3 years? Was the writing that bad? Was the story not good? Um was the story not as compelling as it's would as it would like whatever? And my answer to those is most likely no, not really. When I read like when I kept a consistent schedule and like trying to read almost I don't know almost a page every day, and I would just get sucked into the book, no matter it's if it has a story like The Night Diary and Tyler Johnson was here, or a non-fiction self-help kind of book like The Atomic Habits. And so yeah, let's first dive into The Night Diary. Let's see if I still have my notes because I don't remember. Hmm. Okay, so no, I don't have my notes. So I'm just gonna eyeball it, or I mean, guess. So The Night Diary, my reading. Do you really want to rate books? No, I'm not gonna do that. But what I am gonna do is tell you I really like this book. It's not with me right now because I let my friend borrow it since she also wants to start reading again, and I let her borrow that book because I think it's a genuinely good book, and the author is really great at constructing. Not me talking like a um, English literature professional. So um, so to recap, uh, the Night Diary is about this girl, Nisha, I believe, and it's about India before they it's separated into three countries, India, Pakistan, and Kazakhstan. Is that correct? And then since their home is no longer India, they had to move to New India, and then they really need to move because of um, religious tension, and yeah, it's mostly about religion. They didn't really talk about yeah, yeah. It's mostly about religion because they were fighting. I know there were like three groups. I think Buddhism or Taoism There's also Muslims, and I forgot the other one. So they were fighting for three lands, and there were more murders that's been going around, and they really need to move to the New India where their relatives live so that they aren't fearing for their lives. And it's called the Night Diary because on her birthday, she was given a diary by her father, who's a doctor. And Nisha doesn't really talk like at all, really. So that's where she, talks for most of the time. And then um, her mom, their mom, I should say, their mom passed away when she was young, and her brother, I don't think her brother remembered his mom. Yeah, okay. And so a lot of stuff happens. You really get to see what happens when the world goes to shit and we are in the mind of a child. What I'll say about the writing about this book is that the author, I forgot her name, um, she's really good at not making it sound like an adult that's cosplaying as a child. Now there are some moments that I'm like, huh, will a kid really say that? But for most of the time, she she's got it down. And um one particular highlight for this book is when Nisha was trying to look at newspapers that's being read by the adult characters like her dad and her grandmother. They were they covered it. The adults covered the newspaper that she's trying to read, and then she says in her mind, like, or in her diary, I should say, why are adults trying so hard to protect? I'm being, I know, that's not those exact words. I'm just paraphrasing. Why are adults trying to protect uh, me from seeing those when I already can see what's happening, in the world around me? Like, and I know she experienced so much. Like she almost got killed. Like, knife point by one of, by another person. Then she saw death, like a lot of death in like a train station due to um, forced migration and um, fighting for food, water, that, and it really speaks to like, yeah, like as kids, we aren't really stupid, right? Um, of course, there's a huge difference of I know how I think now versus how I thought when I was like a kid, right? But it goes to show how kids, they know. They might not know why or how it's happening or like that, but they they can tell when something is wrong. They can see when something is wrong. So next we have Tyler Johnson was here, um, by J. Coles, and this is also another kid character. This time this is set in somewhere in America. I don't know, and it's about a black family where, as you can see, spoiler one, Tyler Johnson was here. So Tyler Johnson is the big brother to, I forgot his name, the main character. And wait, let me try to find it. Whatever, the main character's name. Um, and then fast forward, uh, Tyler Johnson was shot by a police officer. It was, um, um, as the story goes, or the video of that scene was, um, the police were trying to like freeze. I don't know what that's the protocol was, but they were doing that, and then Tyler Johnson, Tyler was, I'm gonna keep saying his name. Tyler didn't do that, and he says like something like, "I'm just trying to go home." You know, then he was shot, even though he was, I think he was trying to reach for something. It's not a gun. He didn't have any gun. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's ID. I forgot. But yeah, and both of these stories, I think, tackle a similar thing where kids going growing up and like seeing like how other people, uh, especially by the governing power, the government, have failed them. In the Night Diary, it's when Gandhi was just protesting by starving himself until the war is over. And while in here, in Tyler Johnson, he was failed because of um, system issues regarding police brutality within the uh, black and brown community, mainly black, because that's what sure, that's what we're talking about right now. And also, and the problems of that, right? Police brutality, and also the prison system. His dad was wrongfully imprisoned, but still imprisoned anyway for crimes he didn't commit. And since it was done to a white family, I think, so it's basically like a death sentence. And I think the two similar themes I've noticed, besides what I've already said earlier, is also kids noticing adults' behavior and how adults try to hide those, even though the kids clearly know something is wrong, right? And then the more the adults protect them, the kids learn to keep secrets from them. And what's kind of dark but also hopeful in the Night Diary is that at the end, uh, her parent, her father, and I think her father got angry at her because she kept a secret that she was talking to someone else. And then that made her kind of selectively mute. Oh no, mute in general. I think she wasn't talking. I think that's also the effect of war, right? I've noticed that in some war movies I watched like a long time ago where adults, kids will not really talk. So that's what happened to Nisha. She didn't talk. She only she can. She wanted to, but she's not because of trauma. And then I was like, damn, like this is really where we end. But then she started with this, I know, with a new school, and then a friend. She met a new friend where the friend just keeps talking to her, and even though she's not really replying, her friend is kind of very understanding, which I think is realistic. I can say that because there are people like that, right? And she's very understanding, but just she gives her company, and that I think this was like the last page is like um even though yeah, a lot of things happened to her, I think she's going to be all right, and she can start talking to her maybe in the future, like verbally talking. So kind of reminds me of weapons. Okay, so next is for Tyler Johnson. I like also that they didn't really show the judge, the judge um jury thing, because whatever their conviction is, well, it's not whatever, but it would be nice if Tyler Johnson had justice. But I like that they focus on more on it had some glimpse, but I like that at the end they focus more on how the you know what? I have the notes for this book. Why don't I just read it? Okay. Okay, here. So page 186 to 187, I said like, yeah, this dad is dope. Would love to have a parent, friend, etc. That voice in my head. And basically his dad is really cool. Like the letters that he sent to the main character is really encouraging. Like I wish I have more of that voice in my head more. And for page 233, this is when um so this is when this everyone finds out about what actually happened to Tyler, because he went missing for I think like 2 weeks, and then the video came out, and then they saw the body. Yeah. So in page 232, I wrote down, this is so true. When something happens that spreads the daily conversation, and and especially when it affects you, like for me, um, the LGBTQIA issues, when there's, for example, in the Philippines, like years ago, a drag queen was arrested and excommunicated because she dressed as a religious figure named Jesus Christ as a I don't think she actually mocked the religion. She just more like dressed as him and like just party. But then when a comedian does it, like a straight comedian, um, those same judging, like arresting, didn't really happen. So you can see, but and I specifically here when it spreads to like daily conversation, where it's like they're talking to like um, they're speaking as if we're like some kind of mythical creatures. It's I just wanna move to like a safe space where I don't really wanna talk about that right now. I just wanna study. Page 234, so next page. The uh, the title name drop, and it's actually a good one for 238. Uh, quote in quotations. Yes, I'm willing to die for this cause, but the fact that there's even a chance that I'll die, become a hashtag, be remembered briefly, and then be completely forgotten and marked as a statistic fucking terrifies me. And wow, exactly. This speaks to my soul. I want to do more work like this, um, like active, activism, and not just passive, like sharing awareness like that, or like donating, especially for my community. And yes, I'm ready to die for this cause, but I'm also worried that I'll only be part of just a statistic, just a number, not remembered as someone's son's daughter, child, lover, and friend, not as a person who exists or existed in this. Yeah, and that's how sad. And finally, we have this Atomic Habits. So the first, like, that's ano. So the first 43 page before, actually 60 pages before page 69 and the start of the first law. I didn't really like this book because it was very redundant. But then I complained about it to one of my friends, and they were like, "Of course, it's gonna be redundant. That's what a book is for you to actually retain the information." I was like, "Okay, okay, fine. Maybe you're right." So yeah, I didn't like it because of it, but after I finished it, it actually had a lot of great information about like and a trait that I keep noticing for myself is the the all or nothing kind of mentality. If I'm not gonna do it 100%, I'm just not gonna do it at all. And that's kind of like a form of perfectionism, which I'm also trying to get rid of. And basically, this book, it has a lot, but if I'm gonna give out like the four main things I've learned, that uh, right now I'm like researching other things, researching, and this these two have come up like multiple times, and then these two are just like what I learned. Okay, so the first one is the 2 minute rule. The 2 minute rule is basically if you want to run a marathon, what can you do in the first 2 minutes, like to make it easier? For example, in the first day, you want to run a marathon, that's your goal, right? Instead of running a marathon on day one, which is not good by the way, i- especially if all you do is just sit down, you're going to die. I'm being literal. That's not a metaphor talking. You're going to die. So on the first day, all you first thing you need to do is uh, uh, what you can do in 2 minutes. For example, preparing your clothes. Okay, that's your day one. Your day two is wearing your shoes. Day three would be like walking for 5 minutes. Day Day 4 will be like running for a minute. And as you reach new heights, and then eventually you can go on a 5 kilometer, and then a full marathon. So that's the first one, 2 minute rule, and oh, next one is the, what was it called? I think it's a Goldilocks rule. Wait, two, two. Okay, I don't remember what it is, but where is it? Where it is here, but it's basically never make 2 days. Like for example, right now I'm learning languages, um, Japanese and Korean. So for example, if you're not gonna learn Japanese today, better not make it 2 days in a row. Okay. Um, it can be like this is your rest day, then tomorrow I'm gonna bounce back. Never make it 2 days in a row. That's basically the rule. So those are the first two things that I mainly like encoding in my soul. And then the two more things I've learned a lot from this book is, of course, with the habit, with basically the 2 minute rule, where even just an atom of, like, even just a bit of, even just a bit of thing every day, and in a year you have 365 bits to do. And at the start of the year, if you only have like 30 one bit, it may not look much, but after a year you have 365, and you can create a lot with that. um yeah, it's basically like getting rid of the all or nothing. Yeah, yeah. uh yeah, so yeah, this book was actually good. No wonder it's popular. So maybe you'll learn something from this. Okay, so next, okay, now that I've discussed those, I'm gonna replace the three books that I put into the my previous video because I don't remember what those are. I think one of those is the Art of War, but I don't really want to read that right now. So it's gonna replace it with the Artist's Way. I really need to do that. I'm still at the first 12 pages because I don't know, I'm just scared to flip it. So first is the Artist's Way. Next would be, well, this is like in non-chronological order. I don't even necessarily have to like read um those things, but I really want to get through the Artist's Way like now. Uh, the next two books are Manga in Theory and Practice by Hirohiko Araki, and graphic design. I take this name forever because I really want to learn this. And as far as I know, graphic design, like any graphic that you have designed. So from posters, cover art to even letters, right? Lettering, typography. Yeah, I really want to learn that next year. So I really need to get my shit together. Now, just wanna say congratulations to myself. You have honest like who knew reading shit would be so easy? Like reading is not as hard as it appears, honestly. And um my phone I use my phone way less because I'm also trying to instead of reaching for my phone, I'm trying to watch like movies in like the TV or like my iPad. So I'm just not on my phone all day, right? But I'm also yeah, just just little signs. So actually I'm gonna write down before I forget the for August 1 start of guitar. Just yeah, that so you know that and I need to edit this video. Honestly, I don't really want to edit this video. I just want to upload this, but I'm gonna have to clean it up a little bit. I'm not gonna edit too much. Like, um, I'm gonna timer myself like 5 to 10 minutes, and that's it. Whether it's whether there's more problems, then good luck. So yeah. Also, wait. Before I end, I also want to learn this because I want to like me. I want to figure out my branding. Yeah, so for the artist way, I just really want to do it. I just want to be free. Being an artist is like that is like it's very fulfilling. And the more that I didn't do it this this past few months, the more I was like irritated. The more I was like I have this like pent up energy where like the only thing that can satiate it is through making art. And that's why I wanna learn. Like I wanna learn how to write, whether it's whatever it is. So yeah. All that being said, okay, for the plan for the future, draw. Um, draw and read. And also, we need to do it because otherwise, this is just gonna all pile up. Okay. Oh, yesterday, I started um, editing my things, and then one of the videos I watched talked about like differentiating task with events. So, like, task is you can do it at any place, anytime, anywhere, while events have specific time, place, whatever. Right. So then I deleted my task in my because when I say I deleted my task, I mean like I deleted tasks that are recurring for every day. So like it used to be like I keep track of um I keep track of my eating. I no. Sorry. I keep track of whether I made art that day, whether I learned Korean, Japanese, also when I shit because I really want to learn like that when well I didn't really use it. So did you really learn anything when you don't actually use the things that you gather data for? No, right? Okay, so I deleted those so there's less clutter in my calendar and yeah that's about it. Okay, I'm gonna stop. This is like almost 40 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna edit this for 5 to 10 and then okay, no. Okay, bye. Good luck for the second quarter clock.